Hi there, this is Ranjit, and in this video we'll be doing the unboxing and have a first look at this Coolpad Cool 6 Play. And guys, this is a review unit, so it was opened earlier, and here it says the pricing is 17,999, but that's not correct. This device is going to be sold in India via Amazon. It will be sold for 14,999 from September 4th onwards. And in terms of specs, the specs are good, but let's have a look at the device. As you can see, it looks like it's already open. As I told you, it's a review unit. So here is the device itself, and this has a metallic body. We'll come back to this later. And let's see what else do we get. We get a SIM ejector tool with this one, and there should be some booklets, but it's not there in this. And what else? We also get a screen guard, and we get a power adapter. Surprisingly, it's not a fast charger. It's 5 volts at 2 amps, it says. And we also get a USB cable, and this one is having a USB type C cable. So let me keep these things to the side, and let's look at the handset itself. So this is the Coolpad Cool 6 Play, as you can see, and immediately I would say it resembles the Lico LE2 from the front, as you can see. This one is having that dual camera setup. Looks like everyone is jumping in this dual camera setup. And this has a 5.5 inch screen, 1080p screen. That's IPS. But first, let's see. We have a 3.5mm headphone jack here, and this is metallic, but this is plastic. This top and bottom for antenna reception. The body is metal. Volume rocker, power on off button, vent for the speaker. We'll have to check if both are speaker or only one is speaker. We have USB type C port, and here we have the SIM slot. Do note that it's a dual SIM, but you cannot add any SD card to the same. The storage is what you get, and this comes with 64 GB of internal storage. We also have the fingerprint scanner on the back, and let me actually power this on. I have already set this up, and but let me just unlock this. It has the fingerprint scanner like this, but let me actually show you the boot up animation. Let me reboot this. As you can see, it says Coolpad and give me haptic feedback, and by the time it actually boots up, let me give you a configuration overview. This Coolpad Cool 6 Play is powered by the Snapdragon 653 chipset, which is an octa-core processor divided into 2 quad cores. It has the Adreno 510 GPU. It comes with 6 GB of RAM, 64 GB of internal storage. It has a 1080p 5.5 inch IPS LCD screen. It comes with dual 13 megapixel rear-facing camera with f2.0 lens and an 8 megapixel front-facing camera. It also has the fingerprint scanner and a 4060 mAh battery. So I've just restarted this device, and I've also added a Geo SIM, and yes, it works with Geo. It has VoLTE support, as you can see, and this comes with its own UI. For example, it's like many of the other Chinese vendors, we don't have an app tray, so all the apps will be residing over here. And some publications were saying that this has an IR blaster, but no, this one does not have the IR blaster, and there is no IR blaster apps in this tool section, as you can see. So that's what we get, and this comes with 6 GB of RAM, and so these are the quick toggles that you get. It's a custom UI that they're using. As you can see, you have quite a few toggles, and we also have auto brightness sensor. I'm not keeping it at very high brightness right now, as you can see. So let's look at under the hood. What else do we get? And if you go to about the device, the good thing is that it comes with Android version 7.1.1. that is no good. Let's just go back. So this is the multitasking, and the buttons are here, back, home, and this is for the multitasking, and they glow whenever you touch them, as you can see. Let's look at the storage. How much do we get out of that 64 GB? Because we can't add a micro SD card. This is, I think so, regarding RAM. Out of that 6 GB of RAM, free that we get is 4.6 GB. And let's look at the storage. So it says out of that 64 GB, about 13 GB is already, 13.6 is already used. So roughly you're going to get 51 GB of storage with this device. So that's what you get with this one. We also have some advanced setting. For example, it can show you your net speed over here and other stuff. And let's just go back, and this is the multitasking tray that you're going to get. This is very similar, and let's kill everything. And So yeah, RAM shouldn't be an issue with this one as it's having 6 gigabytes of RAM. But the thing is that as this is running the Snapdragon 653 chipset, I would have to check how it performs in gaming. In general gaming, it should do good because it has the Adreno 510 GPU. But I have to see if this handset heats up or not, because the Snapdragon 652, when you push it, can heat up a little bit. So I have to test that. And the biggest thing about this phone, apart from that 6 gigabytes of RAM and 64 GB of internal storage, is this dual camera setup. It's both the cameras are 13 megapixel shooter. Let's fire up this camera interface. So again, this is the UI that we found on earlier Coolpad devices also. So you have that tap to focus option is there, and you just press this to take the snap. Let me actually bring an object nearby, and you have this option. As you can see, if you enable this, you can enable that depth of focus options and play with the aperture to get that bokeh effect. You can increase that or decrease that. For example, let me try. So it takes a little bit of time, and you can get that bokeh kind of effect. As you can see, this is in focus, and this is sort of that out of focus. And for video, if you tap here, you can change the resolution 720p. So yes, 4K video support is there, 1080p and 720p. I'll have to check how is the stabilization in 4K, because many devices don't have good stabilization in 4K. But here are some of the sample shots that I have taken around my office with this Coolpad device, so that you can get a brief idea regarding the camera performance. As you can see, in outdoor natural lighting, the pictures come out to be actually really good with good sharpness, and even the color reproduction is actually very good. But when we move to indoor lighting conditions, you have to be careful because it does not have any optical image stabilization. So if you're not careful, it's prone to shakes. But even in indoor lighting conditions, as you can see, the pictures come out to be good. Yes, it's too early to judge the camera, so I will be testing the camera a lot more. So guys, that's it for now for this quick unboxing and first look regarding this Coolpad Cool 6 device. If you have any other specific questions regarding this device, do post your questions in the YouTube comment section below, and I'll try to include them in my review. And if you're still not subscribed to my YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video.